So would you come with me? It's a Hifuu game that I remember being a bit of an experience to watch, so that's why I put it on the list to play. Before I play it, yeah, there's nothing but like ambient noise on the title screen, so that's all I really had to test the volume with. So hopefully this is low enough. Might not be, and also I'm gonna try to have the AC on in these recordings from now on because it didn't sound that loud when I did it like a couple days ago. Maybe it will be, I don't know. It's fucking hot, and I'd like to have an AC on. So I have an AC on and the fan on. But anyway, I'm gonna start. I remember this being kind of more like a walking simulator, where you just kind of experience what's happening. So that's what we'll do. Reality of the capital R variety has become as relative a thing as the dryness of our respective martinis, yet the struggle goes on, the fight continues. Alright, Philip K. Dick. My name is Maribel Hearn. After graduating from college, she finally did it. With a major in relativistic psychology, I embarked on the path of psychoanalyst. In the age of science, despite the seemingly reached limit of technological advancement, it has not brought peace to the mind. In the rapid information era, people are lost, with anxiety and stress becoming the norm. I have engaged in private practice for several months, using its flexibility to raise the quality of therapy. My patient, who also happens to be my only current patient, is named Renko Usami. She's quite young, still attending university, with a major in super unified physics. Sometimes her being close to my age makes things a bit tricky. Renko claims to have seen another world distinct from our reality, one that exists in an overlay, and she believes she's the observer of this phenomenon. She experiences auditory and visual hallucinations almost constantly, seeing endless fields of flowers, bamboo forests, and other things that no longer exist in our world. She also sees beings with supernatural powers, resembling mythical yokai, creatures with human torsos and animal tails. In today's age, where superstitions are no longer prevalent, cases like Rinko's are rare, but where does one draw the line between illness and fantasy? Especially since the modern understanding of psychological disorders have become more of a spectrum than a set of discrete categories. Honestly, Rinko is remarkably intelligent and even perceptive. I've grown quite fond of her, and it seems she feels the same about me. Hold on, it's more likely that the intimacy of the doctor-patient relationship has led her to develop a transference towards me. As a qualified analyst, I'll do my best to reduce her dependency on me. Despite months of weekly counseling sessions and trying various therapeutic approaches, her symptoms have only intensified. Even though she doesn't want intervention, she still entrusts me with her treatment. Truly a contradiction. In recent weeks, she continues to passionately describe that other world, even planning to explore it further. I've conducted a risk assessment, but she hasn't shown any signs of extreme emotional fluctuation. Her brain activity, heart rate, and skin conductance, all of which appear normal. She was late again today, but not letting me know despite being 2 hours late. Surely is a bit much, isn't it? It gets me worried. Ah yes, Rinko left her address with me before. Kyobokuchu, 54. I could be there within an hour. We still have our session today if she's there. I am in a box. Ringo hasn't locked her door. I have a feeling about this before I enter, but what surprises me the most upon entering the room is the pungent smell of paint. The walls are colored with some writings. I should explore around. Right. This game has a lot more of an alternate version of Hifuu than I remember it having. She did it. She graduated college. Character made progress in this series. It's amazing. View. No matter how much you pray to the heavens, one can only give up on the fact that things will never change. To the other side, the other side, the other side, the other side, the other side. It looks quite ominous. The other side mentioned here likely refers to the world she's been seeing. I remember she used to say something about, I will go alone to the forgotten place. Considering Renko's personality, I don't think she's the type to risk her life on a whim. However, if she's in a delusional state, she could still be in danger. Renko, where are you? Her priority now is to ascertain her location and condition. The smell of paint in the room offers a small false comfort, indicating she was just here a few hours ago. Hello. From the other side. It is I, Morgan Freeman, here to guide you through your adventure. A sunflower. I love their vibrant colors. Imagine how wonderful it would be to see a field of sunflowers with my own eyes. I'm tired of the gardens in VR, especially the daily chore of watering them. Okay, so you don't have real flowers, so you play a video game where you still have to water the flowers, they die. That says a lot about things. Tori. In the middle school history class, I learned that this structure represents the separation between the worlds of humans and the divine. The phone rings. It's a text from an unknown number, east 820 meters entrance to the garage. Rinko has mentioned that there's an abandoned garage near her place, a spot she frequents when she's troubled by her thoughts. I'm almost certain Rinko is planning all of this. Why would she do such a thing? I am under the tunnels. So this is the abandoned underground garage where Rinko comes. I once asked her how it feels to be in such a place. She mentioned it brings her a peculiar sense of calm, where she can hear her echoes repeat over and over until they fade away. To me, it feels like being in an invisible maze. There are no signs pointing anywhere, no paths leading out, just repetition of the structure, only the bland, cool, hard concrete. This modernist-style garage invokes a sense of emptiness in me. It's an abandoned garage, but they still keep the power on. That's good. A white rabbit. The last time I saw this animal was at a zoo. Fortunately, medical technology has reached its peak. There are no incurable diseases anymore on a psychological level. These creatures no longer need to appear in laboratories. Evil, scary rabbit. You know, that's supposed to be racing. It makes me think of that other white rabbit. The FNAF one. There's another white rabbit. Follow the white rabbit. Can I run? No. Can't get a jump either. Move around. Yeah, the other day, like, my mouse got, like, suddenly jolted by something, and it kind of, like, messed up the sensitivity of it. And I think I fixed it, but, like, I can't fully tell if it's the same it was before. Sometimes it kind of bugs me. I assume I'm looking for something specific under here. So many parking spaces. Could practice parallel parking. Phone rings. The same number sends another message. Southwest 234 rooftop. Why is she contacting me this way, and what is she trying to say to me? I know Rinko well enough to understand she doesn't act without reason. I left the garage. I'm afraid if I linger, the exit might disappear out of my sight, trapping me here forever. Right, I definitely missed some stuff there. Whoops. There was something on the ground I didn't look at. As the elevator ascends, my heart sinks, or rather my stomach feels heavy. Despite understanding that my actions align with Rinko's expectations, I can't shake the worry that she might do something extreme, like jumping from the rooftop. Deep down, I hope my concerns are unnecessary. Otherwise, I'll have to face the psychological aftermath of such an event. I'm on the roof. There's no one here. The rooftop's edge is fenced with wires. It seems Rinko had left before I arrived. I let out a sigh of relief, then noticed that dusk had already fallen. Rinko once told me that dusk was considered the witching hour in the past. At sunset, the world of humans and spirits would merge. Such a peculiar tale. Perhaps it was meant to scare children into returning home before dark. No one believes in this anymore. Theories of physics, chemistry, and other sciences, like sharp, cold scalpels, have been used by humans to dissect the world layer by layer, to dissect the world they once were fascinated and awed by. Until we realized we had killed the gods we created, and beneath that skin, everything is meaningless. As the sun dipped below the horizon, I suddenly realized humans have also lost something. Is Rinko truly trying to reclaim what's been lost? I don't know. I have an indescribable feeling about her. It's not just her illness. Look at that pretty sunset. Buildings are encased in fog. Really nice lighting. Make the barbed wire look really hot. Can I go in here? No. Can view that. That's a Sinai. Ringo once told me about her, a girl with long green hair dressed in a shrine maiden's attire. It said that shrine maidens can control the weather through rituals with the help of divine powers. Is green hair a natural hair color in Hifuu? I assume it is because it takes place in the same universe as Touhou, where green is a natural hair color. Climb this ladder. No, I can't. Again, the Tory. There were no messages from that number this time. Did Renko encounter some trouble, or did she simply not notice that I've already arrived here? It's getting late, and I hope she's not out taking risks. Back to the ground. Didn't really have an option there. The night falls. As I wonder about Renko's whereabouts, unconsciously being guided by the streetlights. I found myself obsessively watching my shadow under the streetlight, shifting with the light. They seem like proofs of my existence, with old shadows gradually fading until they completely vanish, making my body appear transparent and light as well. Just when I feel I'm going to disappear, new shadows join me. My existence is reassured once again. When you start paying attention to this process, you find that this cycle repeats in a fascinating rhythm, like a silent group dance. Well, it's really dark, isn't it? It's really, really dark. Before I realized that, I have wandered into a place where there's nothing but darkness. No, actually, there's something in the distance. How are you in a city and it's this dark? Did you wander into the middle of nowhere? With your husband? Used his bags? Even though phone booths are no longer in use, these facilities have still been preserved. However, this phone booth is different from the usual metal one. It's bright red, especially dazzling under the light. Is it something of this neighborhood? Phone rings from the payphone. How loud is the sound effect? Probably really loud. I put the game volume at like 25. Why would there be a call coming in? Rinko, is that you? Pick up the phone, please. Make it stop. There's only a faint sound of static. Rinko. There's no response from the other side, just a faint sound of static. There's no... Uh-huh. I'm almost about to hang up. Suddenly a girl's voice cuts through the noise as she's right beside me. Your name is Mary. Is that what that said? I couldn't quite say what you said there. Is that just a sound effect, or were those words? I am now. Then a strange noise comes through the phone, mixed with indiscernible whispers that send shivers down my spine. I try to catch the scattered words, but only hear bits and pieces. Behind you. Do not look back. Suddenly, a silence falls on the other end of the line, as if something is standing right behind me, quietly, intently watching. Hello? It's an eye. Those are many eyes. One eyeful. This is just too bizarre. It's like the symptoms of auditory hallucinations. Prolonged exposure to stress is messing with my nerves. The darkness allowed me to fantasize about an unseen, threatening other, and anxiety is then visualized as the ringing telephone. How do I explain the vibration of the phone when the voice came through? I desperately searched for an explanation that my cognitive framework could accept. My sensations are so vivid and real, yet they are merely signals transmitted between synapses. Yet my senses, the only thing I can rely on as an untrustworthy witness, but if I discard it, I can barely do anything. Is this what Rinko chased through the gap between illusions and reality? The truth? What was the point of that, Orin? You just jump down and jump back up? Oh, it's because Kitty. Kitty annoying you? My thoughts are scattering in the intangible darkness, struggling to find an anchor. I feel like I'm about to lose my mind. Under the pressure, I enter this building in a panic, only to find that I have pushed open the back door of a movie theater. You expect me to still believe there are movie theaters in the future of Hifuu? They're barely staying afloat nowadays. There's no one here, but the screen is on, leaving it glaring white. For now, I should wait until I've calmed down a bit before making any decisions. Cosine waves. cannot interact. Yes, I can. Seems to be a sine wave. Well, the big one is. The big one's a sine wave because it starts in the middle. The other one's a cosine wave because it starts at the top. Right? Actually. Am I an idiot? Hold on a second here. I haven't done trig in a while. Ignore my mediocrity. Is that screen playing automatically? Did I just, like, jump up the stairs? Observe your hands and your feet. Feel your every breath. You are now entering manual breathing mode. I can't move, by the way. Oh, I press click. I'm now in front of the waves. Yeah, sine waves start in the middle, don't they? And then cosine waves start at the top. This is gonna bug me for like the rest of the day. Indeed, it is uncertainty that breeds your question, driving you to seek what feels more solid, more real within your heart. You might have questioned yourself, have you grasped the reality? Have you lost the gravity? But have you ever delved deeper, ever wondered, is it you who built this theater with your own hands? You devote all of your effort to protecting it, to ensuring its stability, to making it unbreakable. Yet the more you do so, the more this theater reveals itself to be nothing more than a theater. I ask you, does reality truly exist? You think you're an observer, sitting safely in front of the screen. No, you're the architect, the playwright, and the actor in this drama of existence. Okay, I've teleported back to the bottom of the screen. The number still hasn't sent any messages. I'm starting to wonder if Renko has lost contact with me while I was on the rooftop. I should head home. Kitty, what is the matter? The words that appeared on the screen still swirl in my mind. I feel that wherever it is, it's talking to me. It could even be Renko. Even so, how can one achieve the so-called above concepts? I'm not particularly interested in metaphysics, not because of a stagnation in theoretical science, simply because I place more value on the tangible perceptive world before me, rather than wordplay. Such thoughts are appealing but far from my worldview. I want to focus on the immediate issue at hand, like finding Renko. Things that happened today felt like a dream. I toss and turn in bed, reviewing any clues I might have missed, but it's clear that matters have gone beyond my control. I was almost sleepless all night. The reality isn't important. What's important is your belief, and believing the lie is the only way to avoid a waking coma. Civilization now depends on self-deception. Perhaps it always has. Ted. Unexpectedly, I'm awaked by a message from that number. The content is as concise as ever. Takeda Station. That's the name of a nearby subway station where I often transferred before I moved. I have no way of knowing where Renko is or how she spent that night. This message puts me at ease. After a brief preparation, I immediately set out. I am on the subway station. The station's old decor is exactly as I remember it. Every tile, every light. Walking in this familiar space, my emotions are subtly stirred. It's filled with my memories from university days. Back then, who would have thought I'd return here one day in search of someone? My thoughts drift towards Renko. Could she too have stood here on a morning like this, waiting for someone or a subway? Seems all these questions can only be answered when I finally see her. Cannot go back up here. Here we are, in the subway. The location of at least quite a couple horror games, I think. Not that I would know, because I don't really play them. Looks like very old graffiti. Very old? It looks pretty new to me. Not faded in any way. Oh, look at that. Is that what is this? It's like a lamp? Yeah, I guess it is. No? Because the lights are on the top. What is this thing? Just some decoration. Many eyes. Again, eyes, swaths of eyes, like mold clinging to the walls. There goes the train. There's graffiti on that train. I didn't have time to look at it. Where's it gonna stop? And that's my destination, is that train. Dr. Latency. Looks like very old graffiti. Look at this train. It looks like very old graffiti. There are eyes growing on my hearts. What do they mean? It's an umbrella. Retro-style parasol with red ribbons dangling from its edges, adding a sense of mystery. What kind of person would choose a parasol like this? What's going on with the placement of the lights here? There are two missing there. There's one missing on the bottom. There's one missing in the corner over there. There's one missing there and there. There's two missing there. One missing there. Dash a lot of drawing. Anything over here? Doesn't appear to be so. Red lights and white lights. Why do they have both? Who knows? There's Romeo. There's Kogasha. I make out anything else here? It kind of looks like a bunch of splotches of paint. This is caution. Warning symbol. Someone. That also is someone. That's some. Oh, that's Smoko. So I guess that's Kagyu. There's a rabbit. I'm stuck by a weird premonition, as if this subway station is a point of no return. Stepping onto this train feels like I won't come back, that everything will change, and all will fade to black. Yeah, I'm equally convinced that it will lead me to Renko. Here I am. As the subway doors slowly open, I find myself inside a cooling tower. A train went directly to a cooling tower? The immense structure around me is shocking, far beyond my understanding and imagination. At this moment, I seem to have come closer to Renko's world, that unknown space filled with mysteries. I see huge scriptures written on the tower walls in flowing calligraphy, as if written by someone far above, like a dream. Yes, fragile as a bubble, fleeting in an instant. Perhaps this is the true nature of our world. While this scene before my eyes, I feel an unprecedented sense of relief. Well, there's no door. How did I get in here? A lot of words. Seems to take a really long time to write all that. Is that where the cooling is happening? Big old cylinder. Walking, walking, walking. Maribel is walking. She will get to this painting eventually. She needs to take her time, not exhaust herself by going too fast. It's over there. I feel like if I view this, I'm going to continue, so I'm going to see whatever this is. Try not to skip too much, like I accidentally did earlier in the abandoned parking lot or whatever. That's Reimu. Do you miss an eye there? Something. Some rabbit. Yes. Someone. And this. Maybe another Reimu? I don't know. Got a bow. That's... I guess that's an umbrella? Sanai again. Eyes, many eyes. I can't tell what this is. It's kind of a mixture, many different people. You can tell by the fact that they have like 5 different hair colors. Got green eyes though. You see that? There's something like directly under the farthest left writing. The pattern of the Torii seems to carry a warmth. As I place my hand on the wall, it sinks into the solid cement. Oh, I'm going through the walls now. This is cement land. This should be where the journey ends. Suddenly I find myself longing to share with Renko all that has happened along the way. Despite the fact that I have been the listener in the past, I have a heart full of words I wish to spill. I want to tell her about the hesitation, melancholy, unease, fear, and unstoppable determination I felt. I want to tell her that I've seen her, truly profoundly perceived her. I finally become someone who can understand her. I cannot leave concrete world anymore. These are the fibers that make up the concrete. I have truly become one with the intermachinations of the concrete. This is a concrete cell. Or not cell, DNA strand of concrete I am going through. The individual fibered layers of the concrete. They're so far away, but when you zoom out, they become packed together, as the atoms do. But perhaps all of this needs no words. Certainly walking up quite a lot of steps here. Imagine if I could just, like, fall. I don't think you can, but I'm not gonna test it out. Walking up the stairs. Still walking up the stairs. We're almost there. Finished walking upstairs. That seems like a very small gap. I guess it's bigger than it looked. It's Renko. Renko. At last, Mary. You alright? Are you hurt? It doesn't seem that important now. I'm okay. She appears slightly embarrassed but continues. I knew you would come. Ever since I discovered the possibility of reaching that space, I knew I had to go there. But I'd wanted you to see it all too. So, would you come with me? There are 2 options here. But I'm only gonna see one because I'm not gonna play again to see what the other one is. I grasp Renko's hand. I'll count down to 3 and then we jump together. The height makes me feel dizzy. I close my eyes, feeling a bit nervous. Don't be afraid, Mary. We're together. Renko tightens her hand on my hand, sending a warm sensation through me. I nodded. 3, 2, 1. The feeling of weightlessness. It lasts perhaps less than 2 seconds. Renko and I land on a soft, moist hill. Sunlight shines all around us. It smells like grass here. Renko rolls next to me. Her arm is over me as she props on the grass. Sorry, Doctor. Gravity's to blame. You know, I can tell it's actually you putting in the effort. There's 4 endings? I don't know how you get the other three. Quantum leap. There we go. At half an hour. I hope the audio is fine with the fact that I used the AC and also the fact that there's like no music in this game. Hopefully I talked enough for that not to be a problem. I don't know, I'll find out when I go back to watch it. That was that. Pretty neat. And there was a bunch of endings I missed, but I only know how to get one of them, and that required me to play through the whole thing again, and then I have no idea how to get the other two. Yep. So, that's all for now. Bye.